All right, the Vice President-elect Mike Pence is attending a Senate GOP policy luncheon right now. Remember, he had met with a lot of his House counterparts there. He is expected to say something and speak after that with the House members. It was talking about how they were going to go move forward. The ideal plan on the health care issue is to come up with something for then President Trump to sign by February 20th, the month after he takes office. Former 2012 presidential candidate Herman Cain on that. You know, Herman, I'm going to take this leap here that'll probably burn a lot of people. I could see repealing it, but why replace it? Why would you replace a huge program, presumably with something that will be a huge program, whatever its incentives, whatever its fallbacks?
The reason you also have to replace is when the Democrats blew up the building with a leak in the roof, they blew up a lot of choices we had and gave us a lot of choices we do not want. That's why you have to replace it with something. Secondly, the two features that the Democrats continue to try to convince us as to reasons why we ought to keep it. Number one, providing for people with pre-existing conditions. The beauty of where Tom Price started in 2010 with his Empowering Patients First Act, he empowers patients and provide a mechanism for those with pre-existing conditions. That's why you have to replace it with something, not a massive plan like the Democrats shoved down our throats, but something to fill those gaps once the patients are empowered.
Well, no matter what Republicans come up with isn't going to be good enough in the eyes of the mainstream press, certainly in the eyes of Democrats who have already perpetrated this lie, make America sick again, when in fact I said at the outset of the show, Herman, Americans are getting sick again, sicker in fact, in 8 of the 10 diseases, everything from heart disease to kidney disease to suicides. They're up over the last few years, in fact at levels we've not seen and at a rate of increase we've not seen since 1993. And some ever. So that's with the health care law.
Those rates confirm some of the calls I get to my radio show. Calls where people saying they're having to choose between buying food and prescriptions. They're having to choose between going to the doctor and paying their rent. The pain that people are feeling from Obamacare, Neil, is not being reported by the administration and is not being reported by the mainstream media. And as you pointed out, they now are saying that they are trying to save Obamacare, which is a disaster, with a slogan like, "Make America sick again." Stop for a moment. What is that acronym? They want to continue to control the health care of every American, and people are saying enough is enough. That's why you got to replace the parts that are good, which are few, and empower patients first, as Health and Human Services nominee Tom Price is planning to do.
All right, we'll see that. But I do think there's merit in just junking this whole thing and not being in a rush to come up with an alternative that's going to compete along the same lines as the Democrats. I definitely see and appreciate what you're saying. I worry that the Republican Party now will be known as the party that can outdo big government by making the shaky point that it will be more responsible government. History suggests that never turns out.
Well, you and I may differ on that because I'm confident
but
that
I'm
they
right
aren't
and you're
gonna,
wrong, you know?
I'm confident that they aren't going to try to out the Democrats this time around. Trust me. And here's why.
All right.
There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Donald J. Trump. He's not going to impose bigger government.
Just saying, Ronald Reagan left office with bigger government, and he was Mr. Anti-Big Government, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Look, you worked in the fast food industry for 30 years and didn't gain a pound. What do I know? All right. Herman, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Enjoyed it.
Herman Cain, one of the genuine articles in this country.